Okay, my name is not important right now. I like to give a couple of shout outs too. Naim Kosher Pizza, Dave's Pizza in Lawrence, Traditions in Lawrence, and also for the Midlands Home Security Systems. And today I am speaking with NAFTALI BLUMENTHAL. Where do you grow up?
I grew up in Brooklyn, New York, and Flatbush. And you want to know the street or no?
No.
Oh, okay.
Um, where do you live now?
So I currently live in Eretz Yisrael in Israel, in Jerusalem, in the Ramat Eshkol area.
Why did you move from Brooklyn to Israel?
So I got married almost 4 years ago, something like that. And I always wanted to go, but my wife and I, we wanted to move to Israel with no specific amount of time. We weren't sure if it was going to be like 6 months or forever, but we wanted to go there to I think to get away from the life that we knew here in America, and try to grow on ourselves independently and work on getting closer to Hashem. And we thought it would be a good idea to start off our lives, our newly married lives, in that direction. And we're still in the middle of that. So 4 years later, we're still in the middle of that. Maybe we'll continue long term, hopefully, maybe not. But for now, we're still there. And yeah, that's where we live.
Are you planning on moving back to New York?
At the moment, we don't really have any plans, so we're just there. We're just there until further notice.
Okay.
But it would make sense if we move back. Most of my family, all my family pretty much lives in America, and my wife's family also. But for us, it's really, really awesome there. So for now, we're there, but you never know. You never know where life will take us. I guess
Yeah.
we'll wait for opportunities to come when they come.
Where did you go for elementary school?
I went to yeshiva. I went to yeshiva Chavetz Chaim in Brooklyn, in Flatbush. Some people call it Tiferes Yisrael.
Yeah. Where did you go for high school?
I also went there. It's the same. I went there elementary school and high
Oh,
school.
you didn't leave.
Right, exactly.
What grade did you go for elementary school?
What did you say? What grade did I?
Go for elementary.
Meaning I went there from kindergarten all the way till eighth grade, and then in eighth grade I went after eighth grade I went to high school in the same yeshiva.
Oh,
Yeah,
and you left at 12th grade?
yeah.
Okay. Where did you go for base madrash or did you go to college?
After high school, I went to Israel for a couple years. I went to I went to yeah, we'll leave out a lot of the details, but I definitely started out in definitely started out in Chafetz Chaim in Yerushalayim. It's called CCJ, Chafetz Chaim Yerushalayim. I was there for a short stint, and then I definitely made my way around in Israel a little bit. Um, I thought I was going to be there forever, but I ended up getting I came back to America for a couple of reasons. And then I came back to America, um, tried different places around, but I ended up in Shar Yashiv for a few years, which I really liked a lot. In Far Rockaway, I had a really good accommodations there. I lived in Brooklyn. I would go in every day, and I really enjoyed the atmosphere there and the rebbeim there. Um, and yeah, what was the next question?
Did you go to college?
Oh yeah, when I was in Chayashiv, I actually did go to college. Not really real college, but I went to Turo College in Flatbush. It was like a night program a couple times a week. Not sure what Not sure what the point was, but it was nice. I graduated and yeah, I did finance and what was the other thing I did? Uh um Marketing and finance. I did it. And I graduated there. Um and that was it.
What do you do now for a job?
So most of I try to keep my days productive. So I definitely try in Eretz Yisrael. I definitely try to wake up every day early. I try to go almost every day. Um, I try to wake up early. I pray by the Kotel in the morning. Usually, I try to go there by sunrise.
Mm,
And I come home and I try to get my kids, ready. Wife, to help out in the house. Um, thank God we have two little babies, and I learn in a local kollel in Yerushalayim. I'm there most of the big part of the morning. I do music production also, and I try to do that in the afternoons a little bit. Um, uh, Sometimes I get jobs to like produce music. I have a recording studio nearby my house, um, where I get hired sometimes to make productions for different artists. Usually, I'll arrange music, produce music, mix it, all those types of stuff. Sometimes people come to record vocals. I do a combination of all different types of audio, music, production types of things. When I have jobs, I do it for other people. When I don't have jobs, I also work on my own music that I write, I sing, I produce. I've been putting out music for I don't know, over 10 years probably at this point. And I do a lot of it, most of it myself. And I spend time, I play different instruments and I sing. Sometimes I get hired for events to sing by different types of situations if it's the right fit. Um, and yeah, I try to learn also whenever I really love learning Torah, and I have different chavrusas throughout the day, in different places at different times. And I really try to keep busy to further my getting closer to Hashem. I really try to work on davening and learning and growing in Emuna, and that's most of my day. Um, and every day is different, Every day is different. I don't really have a I have a schedule, but somehow my schedules change every second. So that's what I try to do. But yeah, my main thing that I was busy with the past couple of years was there was a smicha program that I was doing in Or Sameach in Yerushalayim. It was a night kollel, and I still have a year left to finish that. But that's what I do, and you know, and then there's always things coming up. So I yeah, I'm not sure what I do, but a mixture of everything I just said.
okay. At what age did you start singing?
Um, I don't know what age I started singing, but I definitely remember that I was always singing. But I never sang as a kid. Um, I never really sang in public. It was more like I just knew I knew how to sing, but I never told anyone that I knew how to sing because I wasn't sure if I really knew how, but I just always felt like I could. But
Mhm.
I never really had the encouragement or yeah, I think I never had the encouragement to go out there and sing. So I
Oh,
never really did it until I started doing it. And then I started feeling encouraged to do it.
okay. Um, how many albums do you have out now?
I put out two like albums that like were physical copies back in the day when I think that was still like a thing. Um, both of those albums I think had, I don't remember exactly, probably 10 songs each, something like that. And then after that, I started just putting out a lot of singles. I don't know how many, but I put out probably a whole bunch every year. So I don't know how many I'm up to. I don't know the number, but it's probably dozens. And Yeah, I still want to put out more albums. I just you have to have a lot of patience because when a song's ready, you just want to put it out there. And if you want to wait for a whole album to be ready. It takes a lot of patience to wait. So
Yeah,
I don't know. I probably could have put out albums, but instead I just put out singles because I couldn't wait. The truth is that I don't know what's considered an album or a single anymore because it's really to me it's the same thing, just
yeah.
how you release them. But I would love to put out albums because I think it's nice when you have like a themed something like a themed album. Um, so I'm working on a lot of stuff. Just have to get my act together to get it out there.
Uh, Um, what is your favorite song of all your albums?
Um, Probably the stuff that I'm working on right now because almost all my music that I put out or that I write is very time. I happens to be nowadays I try to write things that are more um long-term general concepts. I think most of my earlier stuff were more like how I was feeling at the moment. Um, Songs of inspiration for whatever I was going through at the time or whatever I experienced at that time moment in time in the past. So a lot of the songs that I've sang and that I've sang or sung, I don't know what the word is. A lot of those songs were messages that I think they still give hope and they still inspire people. I hope.
Yeah.
But I think that it was a certain headspace that I'm not really in anymore. So I don't always connect to songs so much that I used to sing. So sometimes people ask me to sing this and this song, and I'm like, nah. Like it's very hard to feel connected to things that you were once doing. Um,
Oh,
an old headspace to enter into that. So it's like if you're very, very thirsty right now, so someone
yeah.
gives you water, you drink it. But let's say you're not thirsty, right? So like you're like, why are you giving me water, right? So it's the same thing. It's like whatever I was experiencing then, I was talking about it, I was praying for it, I was davening to Hashem for it. But if you're not experiencing it right now, it's not necessarily something that
You,
I that I relate to at this moment in time. So it's hard to know what my favorite song is because I have a lot of favorite songs, and it really depends on the moment and the situation and what's going on. So I guess my favorite stuff is the stuff I'm working on right now because this is me right now. This is my
mm,
favorite thing right now. It really depends on the moment. But I have a lot of favorite songs, and everything that I put out, at one point was probably my favorite.
what do you do when you're not singing?
I'm usually not singing. I don't sing that much. So you ask me, what do I usually do?
Uh,
Yeah, I'm not a singer. Like it's not like I at least now at this point in my life, I'm not like singing on a regular basis.
oh,
So
no.
not so much. I used to a lot before I got married and before we moved to Israel, but now it's more like if I'm working in the studio, I'll record or I'm a chazan and Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippur and Shabbos, or sometimes once in a while I'll do like a small gig or something like that. But for the most part, I'm currently not as active um singing publicly. So what do I do when I'm not singing? I'm just living my life. I don't know. You know, trying to daven, learn Torah, make some money, take care of my family, and work on myself. That's really what I'm trying to do. I do try to stay healthy, try to eat healthy. It's very hard. It's very hard, but I try to eat healthy. I try to do exercise. Uh, Try to drink a lot of water. Yeah, I like eating healthy and doing exercise. I enjoy it, even though I'm not so good at it.
At what age did you start performing live?
Um, when I was like I'm not sure how it started. I don't know. I don't remember how it started, but now I would say when I was like in uh somewhere between like maybe fifth grade or sixth grade or seventh grade, one of those years. Could be all of them. I don't even remember. I was doing a lot of I used to play keyboard and I was doing a lot of one man band. In those days there was not so much competition. Now I think it's like a flooded market and everybody has all you know very advanced technology and sounds and equipment, which is so accessible now and so much cheaper than it was. But in those days, it was very different. Things were very expensive, and there wasn't. I don't think there was that much competition, and I was getting hired a lot when I was really little because I was probably charging less than the people older than me. But I was doing a lot of like bar mitzvahs and shir,
Um,
and I was playing a lot, a lot. I wasn't singing, but I was playing a lot. I was playing a lot, and I was doing that a lot. Um, and how to get into singing? That's a very good question. I don't know. When did I start singing? I think I was always musical, so people always associated me as a musical guy, and then encouraged me to be like, I guess, more open about music situation. Maybe when I went to camp, I was in camp, sleepaway camp for many years, and I was doing a lot of like I was always involved in like the choirs and the singing, and I think I built up like a little reputation that I could sing, and then
mm,
maybe I was singing in the choir, maybe I had some solos, and then I'm like, oh, maybe yeah, I think gave me a little confidence in doing things publicly. I did a lot of davening for the Amud, um, and I felt encouraged when I got feedback from people. A lot of feedback. People were saying, it sounds good. We like the way you daven, this and that. And I think that built up a little bit of my confidence to go out there and do it. I think I started writing music, and then when I started producing music, then it became like, on some level, I was a singer. People were like, "Oh, you're a singer." I'm like, "I guess," because I sang. So, and then somehow I was getting called to do a lot of chuppahs, and yeah, I don't know. I never really became a singer, but it's somehow like it just happened. Yeah, it was just over the span of many years of different things, but it wasn't like a decision that I made, and it wasn't like a one-time thing. It was like more of like it evolved over the years. I don't know. Sometimes to this day, I people like will say, "Oh, you're a singer," and I'm like, not. I guess I sing. I don't know. Like I'm not. I never. I never tried to become a singer. I never promoted myself as a singer, and I think I just because I have songs
mm,
and I play music and I write them, I guess I'm a singer. But it's not like I'm not. I don't really you know, yeah, yeah. I just sing my own songs pretty much. So I guess I don't know, whatever you want to call it. But yeah.
mm. You don't sing other people's songs like everyone does it. Everyone sings other people's songs.
Um, if I was singing by like a kumsitz or a wedding or something like that, then I probably would. But because I don't really do that so much, so then I don't. But I used to. I used to. I used to do a lot of play by a lot of events. There was a time before I got married for a few years, I was doing a lot of I was playing by a lot of events. I would play guitar and sing by, it was like Kumsit style type of parties, a lot of parties that I don't know what they were called. Um, and I would sing other people's songs a lot, you know. Uh, um, so if it's a song that I really like, I'll sing it. But like in terms of putting out music, um, the songs that I write are my own. But I'm open to singing other people's songs if it's something that speaks to me. Sure.
Yeah. Who did you get inspired by to start singing?
Um, are you asking me whose music that I like or who inspired me to go out there and start singing?
Yeah, who who inspired you to start singing and who music did you like to get you into
Oh.
singing?
Um, okay, so let's see. Whose music did I like? And whose music do I still like? Truth is I like a lot of music. I really, really do. I grew up listening to so much music in so many different styles. And it's so easy nowadays. Um, so easy nowadays to listen to, when I was a kid, it's like whatever CDs or tapes you have, that's what you have. And if you want to listen to something new, you have to like make a decision. Do you want to spend like $20 or whatever on a new album, right? So you can't just like browse. Now I think
Yeah,
with all the streaming stuff, right? You could listen to like 1,000 songs in one day, and you could
yeah,
start learning to like stuff that you wouldn't even know that you like. Um, so when I was a kid, I was limited to what we had, and then as I got older, obviously things became more accessible. I really like a lot of different styles of music. Um, I grew up listening to a lot of Jewish music, a lot of secular music. So I really probably, unfortunately, am influenced by both a lot. Um, I very much, there are things that were phases that I was into for a little bit. Um, and then there were things that I was always into and I still am into. So it's hard to know exactly. I really liked anything that was good, I liked. And I think there was a lot of good stuff out there. I really liked a lot of the, I really liked a lot of Jewish music. And I think there was really good secular music out there too. So I really like both. Um, I'll tell you who I think today is like, it's very hard to say. I don't know. You're talking about like so many artists that are so good that it's hard for me to pick. I like Yosef Karduner a lot.
yeah,
I like Shlomo Kavach's music a lot. Chaim David he lives in the old city in Jerusalem. I love his music. Um, I loved a lot of Mordechai and David stuff was good. Avram Fried stuff was good. I really like everything. It's not fair to even me to say because it's like I'm leaving out everything. And then I have people that are my stuff, my friends that were put on music that were also really, really good. So I can't even mention names because it's like no matter how many names I mention, I'm leaving out tons. But
yeah,
I really, there's such good music out there. Like there's such people are really, really good, and there's also really, really bad music out there. But I really like a lot of different things. I used to like Matis Yahu a lot when I was younger. He was really like that music. Who inspired me to go out and sing? Um, I don't know. It's a good question. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I think I always very much enjoyed getting attention, positive attention. I got a lot of in school I liked making trouble and getting being the class entertainer, and making the teachers crazy. I always enjoyed it very much. Made me feel good when we got attention. In camp, I always liked making trouble. Like I enjoyed when I enjoyed doing things that I enjoyed doing not listening to the rules. I enjoyed that stuff because it gave me attention. Um, so I think singing was also a form of getting attention, and whether it's in shul or by I love being on stage. I love performing. I love entertaining, and I love the attention. So I think that was a big motivation for me to get out there and do it. So I don't know if it was I don't think it was anyone specifically that inspired me, but the truth is that I when I say that I like performing and entertaining, it's really all and I say this genuinely. I really say this from years of experience, that it's the reason why I don't do it like I used to, or the reason why I took a break and kind of quote unquote paused,
yeah,
was it became something like I find it meaningless. Of course I would love to get paid and make money, so it's not always meaningless, but
yeah,
I find it meaningless to sing by an event, or to do anything entertaining or performing when it's not a situation that I feel like I'm able to inspire or uplift or impact or make a difference. And that's the only thing that really speaks to me. And I feel that when it comes to music, um, when it comes to music, my goal is to inspire and to uplift and to really, really give chizuk or make people happy, especially those who are not happy, and especially those who need the chizuk. That's what I do. And then when it just becomes like entertainment for people to just enjoy background music, It makes me fine. It makes me not feel meaningful. It makes me not enjoy it. It makes me not connect to it. That's the attention that I like is that type of attention where I feel like I'm being a positive impact on people, and that's what I very much like, and I always like that. And I didn't really understand that's what I was looking for all these times when I was looking for attention. But I think at this point in my life, that's what I'm looking for. Maybe I'll change my mind, but for now, that's what I view as the attention that I was always looking for, and I still have it in me a little bit, you know. Um, and I would say that was my motivation to get started, and that's still my motivation. I still very much do it, and it's not just music. Just music happens to be a gift from Hashem that I have, and I can do it, and so I'll keep doing it. But if it's not music, if it's sometimes I enjoy just being me, schmoozing with people. I enjoy schmoozing with people more than I like music. That's for sure. And if it's Shabbos and there's no music and there's no instruments and there's none of that stuff, I still very much like to be an impactful person and try to make a difference and try to schmooze it and connect with people and give chizuk to people. That's really me. And music just happens to be my one of my vehicles in doing it.
Yeah. Are you coming out with a new song or album?
I'm definitely coming out with new songs. I have a lot in the works. A lot of them are my are I guess my own things, and I have a lot of things that I'm collaborating with other artists. Also my own stuff, but I'm trying to um collaborate with people to just spread the music more. I think the more you collab, the more people you can reach.
Yeah.
So cool with all the streaming platforms, it also helps with the algorithms, and it's just cool. I just think it's a cool concept because why not? It also helps, like a chavrusa. It helps get things done. When I'm working for myself, it's very easy to just start something and then never finish it. And I've done that many, 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 many times. So I'm trying to, when you get other people involved, it gives you a little kick in the pants to get things done. So I'm trying to work on both. I don't know what's going to be an album and what's going to be single. I don't know, but I have a lot of singles that could potentially be an album, could be a single. Really depends on my mood and how patient I am to see how I'm going to release them. But I would say for now, I'm probably going to be releasing singles because it's just a lot easier and quicker. And it's, probably.
Yeah.
But I have a lot of stuff in the works. And the more people ask me about it, the more I'll get done. Because, yeah.
Do you have any funny stories that happened to you by a show or a wedding?
Um, Probably. Let's see. Funny stories that happened. Um, did I have any funny stories that ever happened at a show or a wedding? I can't think off the top of my head, but I do remember when I was really little. I think we were in like seventh grade, or eighth grade. So I was known as a keyboard player and also sing also. And I had a few
Yeah.
guys in my class that were really good singers. They were like star soloists in the Miami Boys Choir. And
Mhm.
not Miami Boys Choir, the other one, Yeshiva Boys Choir. They were star soloists in the Yeshiva
Oh,
Choir. What'd you say?
what? I might know the names. Who?
Who was it? It was Akiva Elbogen.
No,
Um,
I never heard of him.
who else was there? Yitzi Gewurtz. Uh, um, to be Shlomi Lift. I think that was it. And I'm not sure exactly how it happened, but we got hired to sing by open for a concert for a group that came from Israel called Simply Tzva. and we were like the opening act, and we were supposed to practice. We were supposed to practice for like a long time before the show, like I don't know, like weeks and weeks. But we always
Yeah.
talked about doing it. We never actually practiced ever once, not even one time. And we were seventh grade, right? So it's not like we even had experience. And we uh we got up there and we didn't even know what songs we were doing. And I thought it would be very funny. So we're playing and people started coming in and people actually paid to come to the show. And I don't know even know where it was. It was in I don't remember where it was to be honest. It was in some decent sized place, probably like a couple hundred people. And and so we started we right beforehand we decided which songs we're gonna sing. And I thought it would be funny to make them laugh while I was on stage with them. So I'm not talking about the audience, I'm talking about the singers. And
Oh.
I was playing the piano and I figured like let me like get them to laugh. They were like my classmates, so like I knew how to get them to laugh. Um so as the music started playing, I started like whispering like pretty funny things into their ears. Only they heard, no one didn't hear, and everyone started laughing. And none of us, sorry about that, none of us were able to none of us were able to sing, and we just spent like a half hour laughing on stage. It was the most, it was so humiliating and hilarious. Like imagine we were was trying to sing and we're just laughing our brains out. We were seventh graders. We looked so dumb. And after like 20 minutes, they closed the curtains and they told us before and they told us before the show that we're gonna get paid. We don't even know how much. So when we were leaving, I was like, I'm not asking for money. We just made the biggest fool of ourselves and messed up the entire show. So when we were leaving, one of my friends, he told the lady in charge, he's like, "Are we getting paid?" And I remember to this day, I remember the lady says, "Are you crazy, you guys?" I'm not gonna use the word she said, but she says, "You guys stink," and that was it. And we left. I thought it was so funny because it was so funny. And yeah, that was a very funny experience. It was a long time ago. That was my first experience ever, like performing, I guess, in public.
Oh.
Yeah, I learned how to be serious a little bit since then, at least when getting hired.
Oh.
But it's hard to be serious.
Yeah, good to joke around sometimes.
Yeah, it's good to joke around, but I wouldn't say it's the nice thing to do when someone hires you, someone's paying you, or if it's meant to be serious. But it's definitely hard to be serious when it's the whole concept's funny. Like like people paid to it's just funny.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what's funny about it. It's just very funny. It's like you're standing on stage, and I could do whatever I want. You think I'm going to sing, but I could literally just start telling jokes. I just find that whole concept very funny. That like I could do whatever I want. It's a very powerful feeling. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I your stories.
Um, do you have any inspiring words or inspiration for the world?
I hope so. I hope so. But I don't know if this is for the world, but I'll say something to inspire maybe you or myself. But you didn't prepare me, so I have to wing it. Um, I think if I had to share one message right now, I would share that everybody in this world, I think, everybody in this world lives a life where it's one big journey. And if you look at your life over the course of a long time from when you were really little to where you are right now, so many different so many different turns and twists and bumps along the road come your way. So many things are thrown at you in life, so many different challenges. I lost my mother when I was 6 years old. And and from then until now, I'm almost 30 years. I'm gonna be 30 years old this year. um, you see that there's so many different uh, things that happen in life that we would never expect, and you have two ways of looking at the world. Either, wow, what, coincident, in the world of coincidence, and in the world of happenstance, in the world of random series of events, or
Yeah,
as Jews, we have the option to choose that of the world of Amunah, the world of faith, where Hashem not just runs the world, Hashem runs every single little tiny little aspect of a world, every single little detail, every little thing. And when you go down that road, you realize that if the master of the world, the creator of the world, is designing it and controlling it, then if you believe that he has a master plan, then it must be a good one. Must be a good one. And we have to really believe that every single thing that we experience is really for our ultimate good, is really for our benefit, is really for our greatest good ever in this world and in the next world. And it only is possible to feel it when you actually work on believing it. And I think that when you start working on that and believing in it, when you start feeling it, when you start experiencing it, and you start feeling Hashem's presence in your life, um, it becomes a very fulfilling and meaningful experience to live in this world. And it makes life more it makes life a very uplifting place to be, and it gives you the ability to uplift others and to make others feel happy. And really, that is our entire purpose in this world, is to acknowledge and give thanks to Hashem for everything. And it inspires me when people live their life like that. And it inspires me when you see those who live lives that you would never think, that are so challenging, that you would never think that they can give thanks to Hashem, and that they could find purpose and meaning in their lives, and they do. I find it very inspiring, very fulfilling, very uplifting, and I would love to follow in those people's footsteps, because I think that especially today when the world is so upside down and people are so influenced by the nonsense and the corruption of the world, if you can learn how to escape that world and enter the world of Emuna, enter the world of believing that Hashem runs the world in every single possible way, you're a hero. You're a real hero. You're a real hero for yourself and for everyone that looks at you. And it inspires me. I have many people that inspired me over the years, people that really, really went out of their way to help me, really went out of their way to give me chizuk, really went out of their way to make me feel good, really went out of their way for absolutely no reason, to make me feel encouraged and listened to and heard. And I find that very inspiring. And it's my only dream and goal that I have in this world, is to get closer to Hashem and be more like those people that were there for me in those ways, who taught me about Amunah, who taught me about Chizuk, who taught me about these things. And I find that very, very inspiring. And everything else to me is very much not meaningful. So that's my words of inspiration. And I tell you and I tell all my friends, and I tell all my people that trust me, if you trust me, but trust me that if you enter that world, your life will be much better in every possible way. And those who know you and your family and everything like that. That's what I would say.
okay, thank you for letting me interview you. Let's speak after.
Yeah, can I